Welcome to the Fight Boxing podcast with Aiden Thomas and Dean Griffiths. Every week we bring you the latest news from the world of boxing. We review the fights from the weekend before and preview the fights for the week ahead. We have a YouTube channel where we upload the pod in bite-sized chunks, and we also have a Twitter account where we try our very best to identify boxing on TV. So with all that said and done, we're going to jump straight into this week's news. I want to talk about Manny Pacquiao. I know it's a month away.
Right, okay.
But on the pod a couple of months back, I said, this fight scares me, this fight, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't looking forward to it, wish it wasn't happening. But I also covered myself by saying, as it got closer, I'm going to start finding reasons why Manny Pacquiao can win. Well, there's no better reason than this. VADA, the voluntary anti-drugs agency, they're not going to be testing for this fight.
That's strange, isn't it?
The NSAC, the New York State Athletic Commission, I'm imagining.
Oh. Does that make a difference?
It makes a hell of a difference. There's a lot of VADA catches. I would say there's 100 illegal substances in the world. Well, VADA will probably catch 85 of them. The Athletic Commissions will catch about 20. This is how people like Big Baby Miller went the entire careers without getting caught. As soon as they go on VADA, they're caught. So this is brilliant for, I'm not saying Manny Pacquiao is going to be using this sort of stuff, but the fact that both of them have agreed to this suggests we're going to get a youthful Pacquiao. I don't care how he wins.
Yes. The other thing is with trainers, isn't it? Like when I watched the fight in the Philippines or Malaysia, was it Malaysia? Mm-hmm. When he didn't have Freddie Roach, he seemed more up for the KO. With Freddie Roach, as much as Roach says he likes to go for the knockout, he's more of a boxer with Roach. So
yeah, but is it that when he takes on Roach, when Roach is normally a higher profile fight, and VADA's been involved in the Philippines or Malaysia fight? There was no testing, so he was able to take whatever he was taking to combat his age.
I think it was. They were testing out there for that one.
I would like to look in to see if it was VADA, because Manny Pacquiao does not like signing up to VADA. He's normally forced into it. Because he could be on. There's loads of drugs he could be on, like EPO, which helps his stamina, growth hormones, and all that sort of stuff, which not necessarily only VADA is equipped to catch.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited. I think it says a lot. That statement is, VADA is not being part of it. That says a hell of a lot about intentions. And I'm all for drugs in sports, because I would imagine this estimates is about 60% do it. So we've never seen a clean sport. Never.
They wouldn't have had the drugs in 1900s, would they?
Oh, well, the amphetamines was out in those days, and if there's a weight, you can't tell me that Muhammad Ali, no, he didn't have to make weight. But any of these fighters in the old days wasn't taking what was legal at the time to help make weight.
No, but bear in mind, there's famines back then, so I think they were about to bulk up to make the weight.
I think performing enhancing has been around in sport, in competitive sports, probably as long as the sports themselves. Yeah, you look back through Manny Pacquiao's career, and it's hard to justify what he's done without the aid. Mike Mayweather saw something and he demanded it, and then what do we have? A lackluster Manny Pacquiao.
But yeah, he blamed the shoulder. But also Mayweather was caught with that UV drip.
Yeah.
So but that didn't really come out much in the sort of in the press today.
Yeah, but the performance. The only reason they ban the UVI or the IV drips is not because of so much as a performance enhancing. It's just that they can really dangerously lose weight. So if they got the IV drip to look forward to after the weigh-in, they can rehydrate better. So it is performance enhancing, but it's not like a steroid. It's just to stop people coming into camp or coming into fight week too heavy.
Yeah, but it's been proved though, if you drink a lot of water after weigh-in, you don't need the drip, especially with 24 hours to go.
Well, I saw a report from an MMA trainer, and he said it is important because they're still trying to get this unbanned, right? He said because if you want to rehydrate properly, you got to sit there for like 8 hours drinking like a bottle cap full of water, sipping a bottle cap of water continuously because you can't just flood your system after you've gone through that sort of weight loss.
No,
So they said it's dangerous preventing them.
If that's the case, so why ain't runners collapsing when they run like say a 50-odd mile run? So I think it's excuses there, really. Because you got people running 100-mile races and they don't need a drip at the end of it.
No, they don't. But they do remain hydrated. They don't starve themselves. They don't starve themselves of water a whole week before the race, do they?
No, but that's down to the individual being either stupid or should go up in weight, shouldn't they?
Well, anybody with a weight loss limit to reach, you're not going to be drinking water for 36 hours before anyway. Even if you got control of your weight, because you can't risk that weight going on and not coming back out.
Yeah, but the whole point of having a 24-hour weigh-in is to sort of stop people being stupid with the weight thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, people don't see it like that. They think
if you can't make it 24 hours before, then you may as well go up a division. That's what they say, isn't it?
Yeah, the only safe way is to have like 72-hour weigh-ins.
No, but yeah, it should be like a middleweight. Should be more or less a middleweight for the fight. It's like with the amateurs, you weigh in 3 hours before, or whatever, and then you're on the money,
Yeah. So
and I haven't known many shows to be cancelled with the amateurs. So, and these people are called professionals for a reason, So, that's my take.
Yeah. So sorry about that. People walking past me. Yeah. Well, I'm excited for it. I mean, we're never gonna solve the drug taking debate or the weigh-in debate over a podcast. You'll always find people gaming some sort of whatever system you put in place. But I think Manny Pacquiao's navigated his way into a gamed system here because he's found a way to get VADA out of the way.
But I think as well, the day before weigh-ins benefiting people to have more titles like Pacquiao, because I think years ago they think Sochid Lada was 10 stone fighting an 8. But of course, that was on day weigh-in, so now if you had that now, he'd probably win multiple titles at different weights, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but because they know people are going to take it to the absolute limit. They found, wasn't it, they done a study, and having day of the weight weigh-ins was good on paper, but people were coming in and they were fighting dehydrated, and that it lost the fluid in the brain.
Yeah, but it's on them, isn't it?
Yeah, but 80% of every athlete will take it to the absolute limit to make a weight, won't they?
Because if you have the day before weigh-ins, like WBC, they go in weeks before and they see if you're making weight weeks before. But rather than do say, weigh him every week for say 6 weeks, just weigh him like the last 3 or 4 days. That's what, so it's probably a better system out there than we got now.
Yeah, I don't know. Just allow drugs, I say. People are going to do it. At least we can monitor it.
Yeah, but you get people to take the extreme. When they take something extreme, ruin their kidneys just for one fight.
Yeah, you know that EPO stuff that Lance Armstrong was getting it, and it puts oxygen in your bloodstream. Well, apparently, in order to get the best performances out of it, what it essentially does, if you hit your limits with it, is it turns your blood goes from like runny water to like custody.
Oh God.
So when you're competing, you got the stress your body's going through, plus that's doing that to your system, and apparently you're really in high risk of a stroke.
Yes.
So people would do that, wouldn't they?
It's like I used to read some of the bodybuilding magazines, and a lot of people would obviously taking drugs for those competitions would be dead by the time they're 34.
Yeah, that was an old life. That was if they got to 34. They used to wait out. They used to wait outside fertility clinics, and they used to inject women's pee. Women who'd just been pregnant. Apparently, there's so much estrogen in their pee afterwards that they were buying pee off them in the 70s.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember Lou Ferrigno was on stage once, and he dehydrated so much he had cramp in his legs, fell over and broke his leg.
So does it mean people will always... Yeah, but Manny Pacquiao is going to turn up full of full of health by the looks of it, because he's going to have everything that he knows he can take.
Yeah, it's possible.
I'm going to jump over to Callum Smith and the announcement that his fight, his stupid fight, as far as I'm concerned, against Canelo Alvarez, looks like it's possible for December. Now, I thought Triple G was next.
September, he wants to fight, doesn't he?
God, this Canelo keeps a busy schedule, doesn't he? If this is true.
Yeah, I take it with a pinch of salt, man, because they're all saying, "Oh, we pick who we want to pick," but at the end of the day, the zone is paying the money, and they're going to probably say, "We're going to tell you who you're going to fight." If you're getting 365 million from us, you're fighting who we tell you to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't like the idea of Canelo moving up to fight Callum Smith. I just don't like it at all. I think it's a pointless fight for him. It's a good fight, good payday for Callum Smith, but I don't see what Canelo. It's going to be really strange optics, seeing the height difference.
I got a fight to cover later on about strange optics, but yeah, carry on.
Yeah, I just not excited about this. I don't even think this is going to be one of those ones where I'm going to get more excited the closer it comes. I don't even want to watch Canelo Triple G3. I got no plans for Canelo. I don't, I think he's had a good career. I don't know. I'd like to see him fight Andrade, but I don't want to see Triple G, and I don't want to see him in against Callum Smith. And they seem to be his only two options, isn't he?
Yeah, well then again, the money is earning. I suppose you could entice somebody else lower weight up the division.
Yeah, that's what you should do now. You should sit atop the middleweight throne and welcome challengers who are coming up.
Yeah.
You don't need to go any further. I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch with him and Rocky Fielding, because I feel like there's unfinished business there.
How do you feel about Billy Joe Saunders fight?
Yeah, that excites me more. Because I don't see Billy Joe as a true super middleweight. I just think it should all be done a middleweight. I mean, we had all these years of Canelo not moving up, or if he did, he was like increments of 1 pound. So now he's suddenly throwing all caution to the wind, and he's going up, dipping his toes in super middleweight. I don't like it. I just fortify your middleweight legacy. Go down as a middleweight great. Don't worry about jumping up to super middleweight.
Yeah, good point.
Got two pieces of news, both in the heavyweight division. What do you think about Alexander Usyk being installed as the WBO mandatory heavyweight title challenger?
You stopped me for now. WBC used to be up for that one. So I can't see why they haven't done it now, because years ago, when a guy like Holyfield moved up, he became number one or whatever. And, well, even the fact that when Spinks lost to Tyson, WBC installed him as a cruiserweight as a number one challenger. So.
No, I know that, but when you got someone like Dillian White, and technically Tyson Fury, who's a former champion, WBO champion, I just don't understand how he's navigated his way into this mandatory position. I think you should fight for a mandatory position. You shouldn't just be given one.
Yeah. But that's these the governing bodies again, because the WBC haven't given clarity as well. Until today, probably.
Yeah, probably by the time this goes live, the Dillian White situation will be sorted out, won't it?
Yeah. So yeah, it's a weird thing, and just because the thing is, you never know if he's going to perform as a heavyweight, even though will be that sort of 220 or whatever. It's good to see him have some sort of fight before he fights the big one, like.
Yeah, it's like in the WBO's eyes, he fought Takam and won impressively.
Yeah.
Because you can't give him a mandatory position until he's actually dipped his toes.
Yeah, that's right. He hasn't fought anyone yet.
So say now Andy Ruiz beats Anthony Joshua. Will he defend, or will he walk, or will he relinquish?
Yeah, I think they'd avoid him anyway, because he's a good boxer, and he's not a sort of guy that Ruiz wants to go in with, because he can move.
No, and at a promotional level, PBC are not going to try and give the belts back to Barry to Eddie Hearn, are they?
No.
So I think Usyk will eventually fight for, unless if Joshua wins, that's Joshua's next opponent. But if Joshua loses, Usyk will be fighting for a vacant title.
Yeah, I agree with that. But also, you've got the IBF as well, which could be vacant soon with Kubrat Pulev.
Yeah, there's no
So,
way the IBF are not going to strip someone if everyone else is doing the same
yeah,
thing.
in for a
Yeah,
penny, in for a couple 100,000. Yeah,
the IBF, they got nosebleeds waiting to strip someone they have in that division. Yeah, so Ruiz will be left with a WBA title. Ugh.
mad.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all the news I got to offer. Anything caught you like? Oh, Pauli Malignaggi, sorry. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I don't even know the score. I would have had it 3-2 to Malignaggi, but there you are.
Yeah, I read a report saying that boxers scored it for Malignaggi, boxing fans, and MMA fans scored it for
Yeah,
because
because
it's
he made him miss a lot.
mm,
Mm.
but it's all about aggression in MMA, seeing it.
And what the ridiculous thing I was reading on YouTube was somebody saying, "Oh, Lobov's going to be the greatest bare knuckle champion of all time." And I thought,
Oh no, that's a
no,
joke. No, that's a joke. Because he had a massive losing record in UFC, people started calling him the GOAT, the greatest of all time, and he
right,
stuck. So it's like there's all memes of like, it's him standing over Muhammad Ali and like
all right.
Artem Lobov, greatest of all time. It's a thing that it's part of his marketing now. He's embraced it.
I'm glad you clarified that because I was thinking it's 200 years of bare knuckle championships, and you had people like Daniel Mendoza in the 1700s or 1800s fought like for 6 hours at a time.
Yeah, it is a joke at best, making fun of how terrible he is.
Yeah.
He's
Saying
got
that,
a.
like, if you think back to bare knuckles and he used to fight for hours at a time, some of those guys must have been fatalities.
Oh yeah, yeah, it has to be. These guys couldn't do a hard day's labor after that. Their hands would be smashed up, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's a horrible sport to watch, isn't it? I tried. I in the build up to this, I watched Lobev's last fight. I watched a couple of bare knuckles, and I can't watch it because I'm cringing every punch.
Yeah, it's the facial damage what gets me. It made
Yeah,
like Malignaggi, he looked like a mannequin which had been burnt at the end of that.
yeah. I think I like my combat sports in all sort of forms, but that's a step too far for me. Bare knuckle is.
Yeah.
It's just like I said. It's just visually. I feel that every time we're better as a species. It just doesn't feel right. It just, oh no, I couldn't watch it. I watched it, but I won't watch any more bare knuckle. I don't know if that's because I'm snobbish or a prude or whatever it is, but it's something wrong about two men bare knuckles.
But there's a reason why, like, 120 years ago, roughly, that they sort of banned, that sport and moved forward with gloves, didn't they?
Mm.
There's obviously a reason why, and there it is. You can see it, can't you?
Yeah, it's a career shortener, isn't it? It's cruel. I mean, especially if like one of your favorite fighters, because it seems to be like a retirement sort of option for aging fighters. Because is it Randall Bailey was supposed to fight this weekend as well, wasn't he?
Right.
And he
I can.
pulled out with something, and it's a horrible thing to see if he was one of your favorite fighters resorting to that.
Another idea would be when you just get these people on like death row and say, right, put you in a gladiatorial arena with weapons, and the last one that comes out of there gets to sort of live
I don't know why they don't offer that, right? I don't know why they don't try and monetize death row somehow.
Yeah.
You know,
Or even like public punishments. Like, say if you've got a thief, you can be you can buy like a ticket for say the venue, and if you ringside, you can pelt them with tomatoes and rotten fruit, and then put it on pay per view. So you're gonna get a good comeback with that with the money in it, and that guy's gonna be shamed. Then he's not gonna want to steal again.
It's going to be harder to get past the public, that one is. But I'm all for the death row death fights. I'd love that. Yeah, and pedophiles are not allowed to fight one on one. You've got to be 3 against 1 on the pedophile. We can't afford the pedophiles to win. So
That's true.
yeah. So that's wrapping up our news for the week.
One more bit of news. Amir Khan's card.
Oh,
It's got,
sorry. Yeah.
2 extra bonuses. I'd say is Hughie Fury versus Samuel Peter and Alexander Povetkin with a to be announced opponent. So at least you got 2 fighters on there.
That's Saudi Arabia, isn't it?
Yeah, you could probably watch. Yeah.
Might get an execution of that one. That'd be good. Some sort of public execution. They like all that stuff.
They were talking about some of those guys out there with the millions were talking about get in a big fight, like say a Wilder sort of Fury fight or a Joshua Ruiz, and pay £1 million each and have it on their own yacht or whatever.
Yeah, that is not far away till that happens.
No, it can't be, can it? Because, obviously you can get if you get TV coverage a week later or whatever, but it can't be that far before the super rich decide we want an event for ourselves,
Yeah, because they have pop concerts, don't they? They will have say one of their kids are turning 18 or whatever the age is over there. They'll hire people we consider fill out stadiums. It only takes one to think like, oh, I got to outdo the last party. Oh, I'll have a fight.
Yeah,
I'll have a really prestigious fight take place.
Yeah, it's got to happen in the next, say, 20, 30 years at least. You see it coming somewhere.
Yeah. Ugh, that'd be ugly, wouldn't it?
Well, watching us have the scraps.
Yeah.
You waited a week for it, yeah.
Yeah, so that card, like you said offline, the Amir Khan's is technically the headliner and he's the least important person on that card.
Yeah. But the good news is Channel 5 is going to air it, apparently, in the UK.
Are they?
Yeah.
What's the time difference then?
I don't know. It can't be that different because we had the World Boxing Super Series on from Saudi Arabia in the afternoon, wasn't it? Not in the afternoon, early evening.
Oh.
So they tend to show events at different times as well to sort of accommodate. So
yeah,
it could be right for us.
Yeah, I might dip into that one, have a look at it. I like to see how Hughie Fury is getting on, and I wonder if him and Povetkin being on the same card means that they're lining them up.
It's possible, but then again, should Fury take that? I don't know.
No, he's got a bit of strange career going on, hasn't he? He needs a big win. He needs I
think he should go for the European title. That's probably doable for him.
Yeah, imagine though that me and you were boxers and I was having all this success. Could you step down a level then, or would you feel obliged to try and take risks to match me, sort of thing?
Well, you got to do your own pace. What works for one person doesn't necessarily work for the next.
I know that, but there's a family pride issue, So I wonder if that would make him take risks he wouldn't normally take just to get on the same sort of platform. And with 3 world titles coming available in the next couple of months, arguably, one big win now, you're in contention.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so that's news covered. Yeah,
that's good.
Go.
Oh, so 19th of the 6th. Was that a Monday?
Yes.
Was it Tuesday probably? I don't know. One of those days, I watched Kazuto Ayoko.
Wednesday.
Fighting. Sorry. I'm watching Kazuto Ayoko fighting Aston Palicidi.
Who are these?
Right, going in. This was for the vacant World Boxing Organization World Super Flyweight title.
Oh, right.
This guy's name is quite hard to pronounce. I think it's Aston Palicid. So I'll call him Palicid. Or Palicidi. But anyway, going into the fight, Palicidi was 25-2-1. And going up against the Japanese Kazuto Ioka. And going in, he was 23-2. But what was noteworthy was he was already a 3-time 3-weight world champion, and bidding to become the 4-weight, the first Japanese male 4-weight champion. As far as I know, he is the first 4-weight world champion with this result.
What weight is this? Did you say super fly?
Super flyweight, yeah.
So you would have started off at minimum, then straw, then fly. Right, okay.
But I'm not really a big fan of these sort of like that much like lighter weights. I think they should get rid of the straw weight now, because with the like day before dehydration thing, you could probably come in at 7'7" and probably weigh in as a super flyweight because they're 8 stone 3 and you gain 6 pounds in fluid. Well, you're going to be, the flyweight at least. So it's not really as good as it is. It's not really the same achievement as if you do it with welterweight to middleweight.
No, I suppose no. Especially Pacquiao's run.
Yeah. So this fight, I'm not sure which channel it was on, but I downloaded it, and never seen either boxer. But what struck me was first of all, was the clock, the countdown clock. It wasn't counting down; it was counting up. So that sort of confused me a bit.
Mm.
Do you know when you look at the clock, you think, "Oh no, I've watched 2 minutes this round, and it's on 2 minutes already." Like, and you think, well, it's not. It's the other way around. Normally you have a countdown clock. But anyway, that's Japan view. So this fight, Police was winning the first 2 rounds. Crisp boxing, good power shots coming forward. And Ioka was just sort of parrying things. And then his sort of game plan seemed to come into play in about round 4 or 5. He's making his man miss because he was up against a taller opponent. And I think sensing this, Police opened up in round 7, catching Ioka with glancing but powerful headshots. Ioka went down, but he's ruled a slip. So you had to give that round to Police. And then the pace was slowing then, and then it got to round 10 where Ioka caught his man with some big flush rights, and he just kept it in him, and then the referee sort of stopped the fight, which was a good stoppage, I thought.
Mm.
But what was the revelation again was seeing more skillful boxers in these divisions. There's a lot of things you see in these weight classes which you don't see at heavyweight, which is natural, but I can see why he's a big sort of fight in Japan, you know.
Yeah.
So that I watched it basically because the fight news given the write up of this guy, and I thought, well, it's there to watch, so I'll watch it. But looking at his record, he's been in with a lot of good fighters. There's another boxer called Donny Nietes.
Yeah.
Who's now 42-1. He's in a multiple number of titles, and he's the last man to beat Ioka on points. But he had a draw with the Ioka's opponent, so you can see why that fight was made. So yeah, it was a good fight.
That's mad, in a 4-weight world champion. I've never heard of him.
That's why it's probably worth mentioning it.
Yeah.
We go probably head next now to Friday, which we saw Andrew Cancio retain his World Boxing Association World Super Featherweight title against Alberto Machado.
Oh, I saw a bit. I didn't see any of the fight, but I know there's a lot of chatter about this online.
Yeah, it's disappointing for Machado. He's gone down from body shots and got stopped with a big right to the body, counted out in round 3. And I thought, well, if they know he's weak to the body, why isn't he training properly? You take away that sort of. So it's quite a disappointing result for Machado, and great win for Cancio.
It was a rematch, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, because Cancio sort of sprung the upset last time.
So we doubled down on it this time, man.
Yeah, I think last time he was down in the first round, but he rallied back to stop Machado. So this time it was a lot easier for him, you know.
How big of an upset was it before then?
Well, Machado was undefeated at the time. I think he was 21-0, and the other guy was 19-4-2 coming in. So I'll have a quick look at his record to see if he was stopped. I'll give you an indication. No, I don't think it should have been shouldn't have been that big an underdog because he hadn't been stopped. Yeah, so, oh yeah, you got lost TKO 9 Joseph Diaz. Well, yeah, it's fair enough because Diaz is probably a mid-range puncher. So yeah, I can understand why he was the underdog last time. But yeah, disappointing for Machado. So the next bill I'd like to discuss is on Friday was the Ulster Hall Belfast bill. It was shown on ESPN Plus.
Where did it show in this country? You streamed it, so.
No, it's on YouTube in this country.
Oh, free?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
What was interesting was I put the bill on, and there was absolutely no commentary, and it was the first fight, or might have been the second fight. It was Taylor McGoldrick. I thought light heavyweight, in against the journeyman with I think it's 1 win, 4 losses. I thought, this is another sort of routine prospect. Well, McGoldrick was hammering away at this guy, and he was looking for the early finish, and it did come, except the other way around.
Did they?
Yeah, the other guy just landed like two big right hands and took him out. And I thought, well, he had the fight in the bag skill wise, but he was just too overeager to impress. He was trying to get him out of there, and do you know what I mean? You could tell he was trying to impress the crowd and be, obviously being local as well. And that's what happened.
So this McGoldrick, was he was highly touted, was he? What was his record?
Oh, he's only 3-0, but a new pro, but just trying too hard to impress. I thought, I don't, you can see when the guy was obviously getting hurt, but he was putting everything into it, putting himself in front of those punches as well. And of course, two big right hands, and he was out. So fast forward into so Paddy Gallagher beating Liam Wells, who was 5-0, TKO 3. Gallagher is he was a welterweight, but he's his junior middleweight sort of weight now, 151. That was a good fight and a good stoppage for the referee because he opened up a load of punches. Wells had no answer, and the referee stopped the fight. Probably the best fight next I saw all weekend was Stephen Ward, 11-0, beating Liam Conroy. Conroy just lost to Boazzi.
All right.
And I thought I had sort of Liam Conroy sort of starting to get on top in this fight because Ward was getting he was so badly cut. He was being inspected like every round, and you looked at the cuts in his eyes. You thought, well, but then he was deemed that he was a clash of heads, so he went to the scorecards after 8, and it was a technical decision to Stephen Ward. It was a great result for him, but I didn't expect it to be such a good fight, but he was back and forth, and he was a classic. So Stephen Ward could be one to watch out for. He's got the World Boxing Organization European Light Heavyweight title, but we're not really interested in that. We want to see him go, British and proper European, I think. But he's more of a crude fighter, and I don't know if he'll, keep him away from like the likes of Boazzo and Yard at the moment. I think he can be maybe a force. Give him a year or two.
Yeah.
Top of the bill was Tyrone McKenna, 18-1-1. It was a unanimous decision against Darren Foley. Foley was down in the 8th round. It was a good fight throughout. And it was only to the last few rounds that you could see McKenna getting on top.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's quite a closely contested fight. But another good bill by MTK Global. So moving on next on the same night was Your Call Bethnal Green. The Eddie Hearn Matchroom card. We saw Arthur Jones III, 1-0 from America. He's fighting at what's he fighting at? Doesn't even say his weight, but yeah. I'm sure there's no weight. It's a bit odd, isn't it? I don't know what weight. I think he must be like a welterweight. Yeah, I think 140 pound. I think
he's the headliner or undercard?
No, he was come from America. He put him on the bill. He moved to 2-0 with a first round stoppage of Michael Horobin, journeyman. And the fight I wanted to see later on was Conor Benn.
Oh yeah.
But before that, we had, I think Conor Benn was on last. Before that, we had Ted Cheeseman making his comeback after his disastrous loss at the European title.
That's a quick turnaround, mind.
It was a good. It
wasn't that long ago, was it?
But he should have let the fight go. He lost to drawed with Kieran Conway. It was a fair draw. I did have Cheeseman slightly ahead, but I can't argue with the draw because Conway was sort of, you could see his technique was a bit better against Cheeseman's work rate. Craig Richards was facing Andre Sterling for, I think it was for the English title. Richards going in 14-1 against Sterling 10-0. It looked like Sterling was outboxing his man early on. And then all of a sudden, Craig Richards, he's called Craig Spider Richards, came out with some big sort of shots, put him down in the 6th round. And from there on, that was the turning point in the fight. But I did have Sterling winning it 95, 94.
Yeah.
But they give it to Craig Richards, which a lot of people sort of like 50-50 agreed with, sort of thing. Lastly, Conor Benn was a bit of a revelation. I thought he was going to come up against some tough opposition in this journeyman, Juicy Kavula. Kavula had been in with some good fighters, like the 12-round distance with Samuel Vargas.
All right.
He'd been in for the European title a couple of times. So I thought this guy was going to go, probably win or go all the way. As it happened, Ben opened up in round 2 and put him down twice. Referee stopped the fight, no argument there. So
It was a
Ben
good
now,
performance, then, was it?
yeah, he did look like a bit like his father in certain aspects. When he let the punches go, I think he sort of let the boxing go away and come back with a bit more aggression. So
That's a big win for him, man, considering the opponent.
That's a better win than I expected. So he's not obviously quite up there with the best yet, but it's a step in the right direction, and he moves to 15-0 now.
Wow, his career's crept up, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't know of course he's a body Eddie fighter, isn't he? I've seen him on.
Yeah, there's one on the same night I took a while to find this fight. From Lazio, Italy, Giovanni De Carolis, former super middleweight champion, fighting Koronjeva. And the reason why I want to watch this is because I've seen Carolis up close and personal training in Magaluf.
Yeah.
That was the guy who told you about my coming back from my holiday. So he was obviously training for this fight. And he was like, to me, he was like a throwback fight to like the days of Leonard Duran, where they weren't clinching a lot. They was letting the hands go and sort of leaning on each other rather than clinching. And the Carolis came away with a unanimous decision. I think I had about 8 rounds to 4. So he now moves to 28-9-1. Jeva dips to 34-10. So that was a good fight, unexpected as well. There's one more result from Friday, I believe. I can't even find it now. Basically, it's the Towering Inferno.
Right.
Sebastian.
The film.
Yeah, no, Sebastian Fundora.
Right.
I can't even find the result now. So he's 6'7" tall.
Oh, heavyweight.
But he has been advertised as a welterweight, but he's more junior middleweight.
Wow.
So he came in the ring 152 and 3/4 pounds to face. He's undefeated in 12 against undefeated Hector Manuel Zepeda, 17-0. Well, apparently Fundora had quite a few amateur fights, but he didn't win a lot. I think he made him 50-50. Manuel Zepeda, I think he had a 56-10, something like that, but was regional class as well. But this fight, it basically showed that Fundora, his height difference made a big difference in this fight.
Of course, he would have that weight, didn't he?
Yeah, but he wasn't jabbing like a Thomas Hearns. He seemed to favour the inside fight, which is a bit strange. But the fight was stopped after 4 rounds because it was a cut on Zepeda's eye and his corner pulled him out. But based on his performance, he looks like a prospect, but you don't know if he can take the punch because his legs look like matchsticks, obviously being that weight. But on the plus point, he could probably go through all the divisions now, couldn't he? 6'7". So.
Oh my god!
So
I'm gonna search for him.
Yeah, that's his selling point. So the Towering Inferno, here he comes.
Wow, that'd be a tough. He's gonna be avoided, isn't he?
Yeah,
if he can actually fight. But,
yeah,
we ever seen that kind of height at that weight before? World class.
No, I don't think we have. I've seen a 6 foot lightweight, but 6'7" with only 7 pounds more is strange.
Have you seen pictures? You watched the fight, did you?
Yeah.
What kind of he's all bone, is he?
It's surprising he didn't look that bad in his upper body, but he had a long torso and it's very, very thin legs.
Oh, especially if he likes to fight inside, his body's going to be a prime target for a...
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, if a guy's leaning on him, it's going to be quite a spectacle.
Check him out. You have to give me the link of his name. So that was Friday covered. Where did you watch any more on Friday?
No, that was it for Friday.
Hello.
All right.
Yep.
So moving on to Saturday, 26th.
Sorry. No, sorry. I interrupted you. I thought I'd lost the connection. So.
All right. What's that now, is it?
Yeah. Carry on. Yeah.
So moving on to Doncaster Racecourse, Doncaster.
The bastion of the mecca of boxing.
Mecca of boxing, Doncaster. I think this is a VIP card online. I only watched the main event because a lot of the people like Debitants or 2-0 people. And after watching so many hours of boxing, I thought, right, I have to just watch the main event or risk the wrath of a beating of the wife. So, Reece Mould topping the bill, going in 11-0 against Sean Davis for the vacant British Border Boxing Control English featherweight title. The reason I watched this fight is because it's the top of the bill, so why not? He was another guy I hadn't seen before. And he looks like a good fighter, Reece Mould. I think he could go on to bigger things. This Sean Davis coming in at 14-2. He seemed like just, what can I say, breeze through him. He just battled him for like 3 rounds and then just put him down. Well, he put him down in the first round first time. Then he was down again in the third and down again in the fourth. But he had cut eye in round 3 as well, Davis, so it's made his night even more miserable. But this Reece Mould, I think, at featherweight, he could be one to look out for. He's rated number 13 in UK. So obviously there's a lot of good fights to be made in that division. But I think within the next 12 months, we'll see some of those fights materialise. We'll know where...
What was his record? Did you say his record?
Yeah, he's now 12-0 with 6 KOs.
Right. So
he's obviously improving fighter, but he did look very professional in the eldest style well, you know. Unfortunately, there was another bill on by MTK Global, but I didn't get to watch it. Topped by Lee McGregor, 6-0, beating Scott Allen for the Commonwealth bantamweight title. So at bantamweight, McGregor's rated 4. I actually seen him on the bill up in Scotland against Brett Fido. He was a routine 6-rounder, so he looks like a talent because he's fighting regular as well. He's been a pro since 2017, so he moved to 7-0, 6 KOs. So I'm expecting him to be probably moving into world class within the next 12 months. He looks a complete fighter from what I've seen in the past. So one more fight I'd like to bring to attention is Ted Cheeseman conqueror Sergio Garcia defended his EBU European Super Welterweight title against Sari Rabchanka. Rabchanka lost in 2 rounds to Kelbrook, I believe.
Yeah.
So, well, obviously Garcia's a boxer, pure boxer, and it's probably more of an expected result because he's not really a big puncher either. So he's got 13 KOs now in 30 fights, but he's undefeated, and I think he could figure in a world title fight soon. So that's my take on the Saturdays. We got one more bill on Sunday night. Fox Sports. Guillermo Rigondeaux versus Julio César.
Oh, I want to know about this one.
Right, I watched this, and gotta say the first round went for me to Rigo. He's busy. Second round, CJ become more active in the third. I thought I had him taking that third round. Some people think it was Rigondeaux. And then pretty much the fight became like that. He was in the pocket. Rigondeaux should have got out of the pocket sooner, but he was in the pocket. And he's fighting well, but obviously the work rate of César was bothering Rigondeaux a bit more. They both fouled, and they both had a point off in round 8, which is, I don't think is pointless because why take a point of each box in the same round? Do you get that?
Yeah.
Right. At least one guy should have 2 points off, and then one have one off. And why if you have one each off, there's no difference. But in the same round 8.
I suppose there is a difference on it. I mean, it takes away that advantage he just had by having the point taken off.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. But he actually took the points off at the same time.
Oh, sorry.
Stopped the fight.
That is the most pointless thing you can do.
Yeah. What should be a better idea would be like having red, yellow, green cards, wouldn't it? A green card for the first foul, and or whatever, or first couple of fouls, and then you progress to a red card. But anyway, round 8, that was close. Rigo fired a small straight left, and then he set it up with a big left for the knockdown. Sage arose, but the referee stopped the fight. It's good stoppage, I think. And it shows that despite his age, I think he's 38 now, and this guy's back in the mix, and he should be having a WBC title fight soon.
Who's the WBC champion?
Ray Vargas. He's got a tall, sort of tall, rangy fighter, but he does fight on the inside as well.
Oh, that'd be interesting if Rigondeaux reaches the summit again,
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I like him.
So top of the bill was Jamel Charlo. The original opponent, Tony Harrison, pulled out. And that was going to be for the rematch for the world title, WBC super welterweight title. So this fight he took in the meantime against Jorge Cota. Basically, Cota came out, and I thought, well, his style looks weird. It was a long stance, and he was hunched over or hunched back. He's like leaning back a bit. Charlo took 2 rounds to figure him out. I think he did catch Charlo with a sneaky left towards the end of the round. But then the third round came, and then Charlo just knocked him out towards the end of the round. He set it up with a left, so a straight right. Cota went down, got up, resumed the fight. Then he did the old 1-2 big. It was like a big left and a big right, and that was it. The guy was out on the floor.
So this was a fight he was supposed to put that kind of performance in, was he?
Yeah. So you could argue some people seeing some mismatch on social media, but the guy had a decent record. I think it was 28 wins and 4 losses. He was no real mag,
How late a replacement was he?
I don't think he was that late a replacement. They just want to keep the card going, didn't he? So This was a while back. So that's pretty much wraps up all the weekend action, I think.
And then after all that, you found out that your wife had left, and it'd been 3 days. You hadn't noticed.
Well, I knew she'd left because the food stopped coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tip for all you guys who want to watch more boxing. You're just going to invite their friends over to see them, and it looks like you're being a good guy then. That they're having female time with their friends.
Was that your strategy?
Yeah. and usually chucking a bottle of Prosecco for good measure as well.
Yeah. So we'll have a little break beer and then come back for the fight ahead, yeah?
And I'll plug my dating video tips then, right?
No.
So, fight previews for Friday, 28th of June, 2019. I'm not reviewing anything before that because it's in the week and it's all over the globe.
So what are you watching on Friday then? And what should I watch?
Right. MTK Global, I've got a card in USA, ESPN Plus, and on British YouTube. Well, every fighter, apart from one prelim, basically, is undefeated. But the matches to watch is Siar Ozgal, 15-3, fighting Anthony Yigit, former world title challenger, over 8 rounds, who's 23-1-1. Yigit lost to Branchek for the IBF title, now held by Josh Taylor. So he's still in the top, 3 or 4 there. We also got world-ranked O'Hara Davis, 18-2, fighting former world champion Miguel Vasquez, 41-7. Davis, this is his first fight back since losing to Jack Catterall. That was a close fight, nip and tuck, but it wasn't nothing to watch. Miguel Vasquez, he's had a win in his last fight. and he's only been, I think he's been stopped once by Josh Taylor properly and retired in 9 by Thulani Revenge, who was the IBO champion at this weight. So O'Hara needs to win this one to get his sort of name back up there, and he can figure in a title fight somewhere along the line, maybe in the next year and a half. Top of the bill is Ryan Walsh defending his British Border Boxing Control British featherweight title against undefeated Lewis Paulin.
Oh,
so that's a new one to watch. What's strange is this fight's on the US, so they're going to be watching a British title fight. It's not covered in the UK.
Well, and the fight is taking place in America?
No, it's in York Hall, Bethnal Green.
Right.
So if you look at Ryan Walsh's record, he's had this British title for a long time. I think it's going back to like 2015, is it? Yeah, 2015. That's a 4-year reign. So I don't know if he's won it twice or if he's just held on to it because he's figured in a lot of British title fights. Yeah, it looks like he's got the title since 2015, so it's a long time.
Oh, here's a question for you. Who's got the most, off the top of your head, who's got the most successful British title defences of all time then?
I don't know. I think Henry Cooper had the most Lonsdale belts.
Yeah, I remember he won 3, didn't he?
So you have
outright.
Would you have to defend it 3 times each one?
I think they brought it down to 2, didn't they?
It's gone up now to 3 now. So yeah, it's 2 before and 2 defences. So
wow.
So look at that. So this Lewis Paulin, never seen him before. Don't know if he's a puncher. You only got 3 KOs out of 12, so he's a boxer as well. So I got no pick for this, but I suggest that maybe Ryan Walsh might have too much experience. So, and he hasn't been stopped. So I think Ryan Walsh could figure in a world title fight at featherweight somewhere down the line. I'm looking at his record. So that's the bill for Friday. Also Friday on Top Rank, USA ESPN, is Richard Comey defending his IBF Federation, so International Boxing Federation World Lightweight title against Raimundo Beltran. Remember we previewed Beltran's last fight. That was a good win against Hiroki Okada, who was undefeated at the time. Remember I said he came back and taught this guy a bit of a lesson.
This Richard Comey, he's got a lot of hype about him, hasn't he?
Well, he had a good knockout last time, so he looks really sort of powerful. But I don't think he wanted to fight Lomachenko, because when he mentioned him fighting Lomachenko next, I think he'd rather defend against this fighter, Raimundo Beltran, who could still actually spring the upset. So, yeah, Comey's a good fighter. On the undercard, you got Carlos Adames, 17-0 versus Patrick Day, 17-1. Is a heavyweight up-and-comer, top-ranked junior FAR. I think he's ranked by the WBO. He's 17-0. Have you seen the card? He's fighting Dominic Quinn. That's an old fighter now, isn't he?
Yeah, that's... How long was he...
Yeah, he's 44 now, Dominic Quinn.
Who did he fight the first... I can't think. Why have I heard of his...
He's beaten Michael Grant when he came to prominence.
Oh, and he outpointed Oldie Harrison after Oldie Harrison lost?
One unanimous, 10, that's right. Beat him, lost to James Toney in points. He'd been with loads of people. Kubrat Pulev beat him on points. So yeah, he's definitely a durable fighter. So Far's obviously looking to try and knock him out. But he needs the rounds for this because he had a few easier ones lately. Yeah,
well, it's just crazy that he's still around, and it says a lot about where they think Far is to be putting him in against him. It's
not
Dominic.
There was a guy I previewed before, Saul Rodriguez at lightweight. He's fighting again against Miguel Angel Gonzalez, and thankfully it's not the Gonzalez we know from years ago at lightweight. But he looks another good prospect. We've previewed him before. So that card is at least 4 or 5 good fights to watch, if indeed they televise them all. So Mayweather Promotions got a fight on card on Friday, 28th of June, but doesn't list any TV. And the boxers I've never heard of. So that's
It's
That's
quiet
it for
this
Friday.
weekend. Yeah. Oh, that's just the Friday, is it?
Yeah, that's Friday. Right, we move on out to Saturday. I still looking better now. And none of us have got any channels to do with China, so
No.
right. I think, like you said, it's quite a sparse look by her, but there's a lot of German boxing. Obviously, that'll be shown. Again, nobody I've heard of. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think I'm desperately trying to find the name now. We can plug. Although Saturday 29th of June, nothing to do with the bill, but I just caught my eye. The name of the place is called Juggernaut Fight Club in Singapore. That sounds like a good place.
Yeah, could be a good name for a strip bar.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
I'm thinking of Jugs. Sorry. Yes, it's a terrible name for a strip bar. Right.
Right. I think that's the British. There's 3 British bills on, or 4, but I don't think there's any TV coverage. There's 5 actually. So right, Jamal Charlo, Saturday night USA Showtime is fighting Brandon Adams for the interim World Boxing Council World Middleweight title. I got to ask, is there any point in this? Because will the WBC ever mandate this guy to fight Canelo, or does Canelo get a free pass every time? What do you think?
Every
Yeah.
time. No one's gonna dare put a mandatory on Canelo. Well, WBC ain't anyway. They right up him, aren't they?
Yeah, apparently Canelo's the franchise champion, isn't he?
Is that what they said?
Yeah, they've called him a franchise champion. So every time he fights, he represents the WBC. Which is disgusting, really. So why ain't the other boxers a franchise champion? Like, like Wilder or whoever, certain Mexican bias there.
That's flagrant as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. Your man we picked earlier on is on Eddie Earn's show, Matchroom Boxing. Dunkin' Donuts Center, Providence, Rhode Island, USA. Dunkin' Donuts? A terrible thing. Right. Anyway, Demetrius Andrade, 27-0, facing Masik Sulecki. That's for the World Boxing Organization World Middleweight title. He was 28-1. His only loss has been to Daniel Jacobs in a close fight.
How dangerous is this fight?
Well, we saw him last time. He was hurt. Sulecki was hurt in his previous fight against Gabriel Rosando. But I don't think Andrade's going to want to stand there with this guy and try and get the same result. So I think it's going to be a boxing match.
Is it one that Andrade should win, though?
I think so.
I like what I see. I like what I've seen of him. See,
but Sulecki reckons Daniel Jacobs is better than Andrade. I know he's trying to sell the fight, but the scorecards in that fight: 116, 111, 117, 110, 115, 112. So by him saying that Jacobs is a lot better, he's hopefully going to try and get the win. So it's a live fight, which is good. The end of the card has got Khalid Yafai versus Nobito Jimenez, World Boxing Association World Super Flyweight title. Well, I've never seen this guy. Yafai is a good boxer. I'm going to presume you can just outbox him for 12 rounds. And heavyweight interest is Joseph Parker making another comeback against Alex Leopai. I think it's an all-Australian affair now. Yeah, all Australian. No, Australia versus New Zealand, basically. That'll be a decent fight. And as for the rest of the card, I haven't seen many of those names. But there's at least 4 or 5 undefeated. Well, I think it's 7 undefeated fighters, is it? Or 6. So a lot of new blood. And it's probably worth a watch if you've got DAZN. I think that wraps it up for the cards for Saturday.
Yeah, there's not much. I mean, I like the idea of the Andrade fight, and I like to see him keep winning.
Yeah.
But I think that's the only thing that I'll be checking for anyway. I won't be watching much of this, I think.
It's quite tough for the UK viewer because it'll probably be on Sky, and you don't want to be staying up all hours. Like, I don't think American fans truly appreciate that sort of thing. That when you stay up to like 4, 5, 6 in the morning, it sort of ruins your weekend a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can't do it. You know, you got it's a hangover sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't.
I think somebody was saying about Joshua Ruiz them was going great by Sky last time. Like, so it was like 300,000 or 400,000. I think that's 300,000 or 400,000 people that are staying up till that time of the morning to watch it. Like, you know, so you're not going to get the best viewing in the UK for those sort of fights.
Well, I'd like to have DAZN. I'd like to be part of DAZN and be able to record some of these stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they should still give us access to DAZN and have the fights that are blocked, but because if Andrade is Andrade on our TV? Do you say?
It'll most likely be on Sky because they tend to show the Eddie Hearn's builds, don't they? Matchroom.
Oh yeah, he's with them, and I haven't got Sky. I've got BT. I have.
Yeah, I had the week pass the other day. So, as a tip for anybody using Now TV, is don't buy online. Is buy the cards because they last longer. Like I had for one night, you pay something like $8.99, but if you buy a card for a tenner, it lasts you a week.
Where do you buy the card from, man?
Tesco's or any supermarket.
Well, you can get Sky Sports Access, a 7-day pass for £10.
I think it's a tenner.
Oh wow.
For a week. So what you try and do is get it on, a say, Saturday and then watch it right through till Friday if they get a bill on Friday as well.
Well, that's interesting. I would have done that. There's a couple of fights I would have watched, but I didn't want to pay the daily. I had a couple of free passes lined up, but I shared my account with one of our friends, Brendan, and he used them for something.
Well, the Now TV?
Yeah.
All right.
He must have just gone in and activated the pass because I had 3. He probably just thought they were there.
Nice.
Yeah. And it was a fight a couple of weeks ago that I was going to watch, and I can't think what it was now. But I was like, I went to authorize it, and they'd all been used.
Crazy. Yeah, it's always best to get the cards. It's better value for money. So yeah, Now TV.
And I know this is not a Now TV podcast, but I'm assuming it's the same if you wanted like other passes as well, like movies. It's cheaper to buy them.
Yeah, I think so. I like you only like obviously like when you price up anything, you got to weigh up which is cheaper, and you look at what you're given online as against offline. But also you can look for deals, can't you, on like Amazon and stuff where they sell like 2 or 3 of those cards for like a certain deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, shop around.
Right. So I'll have to do the rollout now. So is that us done, Nate?
Yeah, that's done. Get involved and stay healthy.
Well, thanks, guys, for listening to our pod. You can get in touch with us by leaving a comment on Podbean or our YouTube channel, or directly via Twitter at faction_fight. We're always looking for feedback to help us improve the Fight Faction Boxing podcast, even criticism. You can find the links for our YouTube channel and our Twitter account in the description of this episode. Thank you for listening.